Where do I fucking begin? Where do I begin? Okay, so for those. Okay, so. Yeah. Shanny's channel got yeeted again. Who would have saw this coming? I mean, who the fuck didn't see this coming? Honestly, it was expected. I mean, how many times have we seen this happen? How many times have we seen Shanny get her channel yeeted? Every time she makes bank, she ends up getting her channel booted. She wasn't. She should know that if she got banned first time, she shouldn't be allowed to make another channel. Who the fuck saw this coming? Clearly, everyone. So, as I'm saying this to myself because people are still going live around the same time as I am. Anyway, let's just get into this. Speak. She's gonna scream.
Earn money while charging your phone? What?
Yeah?
Just got that freaking post. That's.
The fuck are you talking about?
I'll just let them pile in because I'm not good.
You're never good at anything.
I am not good.
We know.
And I'm really, really, really tired of being hurt by people at this moment. And having people hurt and berate my husband. What people did, and
Oh, sorry.
I saw people in my own community just berate the living fuck out of my husband.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Shanny. I honestly don't know what the fuck to tell you. Let's just say your husband is a piece of shit, and not to mention, you guys are not really married. You put on this facade for almost 3.5 years. You guys are not really married to begin with. Secondly, what Rev did, that's all on him. And of course, let's not forget that's all on you because you keep telling him to do shit. You told him to private his channel, and he did so. He's nothing good to you but a hand puppet that you can use. Like I said, you might as well just shove. Hold on, I gotta take this. Well, no shit, mutton chop. No fucking shit.
And not only berate him, you're going around and saying I'm abusing him.
You are. Which you
Because I
are.
got upset over the situation. Like, dogpiling people, treating people like they're nothing, getting into their personal business,
Hello, Shamanite.
trying to break people up. And then someone's like, it's the black community doing it
Oh
to you
God.
guys because they're giggling about it. You giggle, like, you giggle at people hurting.
Now, let me preface something. This is the video that started it. Cult leader Shanny. I wonder what that is. And there she's living the life of luxury. Oh shit. For those of you who are not aware of who this person is, this is Shannon Dornbush, who went by Shanny for Christ, who also is going by cult leader Shanny. She's a mentally unstable woman who verbally and psychologically abuses her simp of a fake husband, Jason, aka Rev. They have been known to be verbally abusive toward one another and towards Shanny's teenage boys. They recently had their channel yeeted. They recently had their channel taken down. Or actually, Shanny has had her channel taken down, and she's upset that people are meddling in her business. Well, she wouldn't be upset if she had put her shit on private, but she chooses to put it on a public platform where anyone with a smartphone, anyone with a laptop or a computer can find it. $8. Shanny, I'm sorry to say this, but you guys don't have any money. You're living in a dilapidated house that used to belong to Rev's mother, which he sold to G-Man for $1. You're sleeping on a futon while the kids sleep on a floor. You're e-begging constantly. No, you don't. You don't need any more frivolous crap. Yep, she is classy. A colossal waste of money. Yeah, it is abhorrent. And that perfume is not going to mask that foul odor emanating from your body. I mean, again, you don't bathe, Shanny. So perfume ain't a substitute for bathing. It's only going to make you smell like rotting watermelon and garbage. Hey, KM Petty. Why not? You do it all the time. You're gross. We wouldn't be fat shaming you if you had, I don't know, lost a few pounds. I mean, look at you. You are eating yourself into immobility. You can't even get up or even walk around without fainting or collapsing. You are, excuse me, you are eating yourself into an early grave. Oh, this was on March. I'm looking for the recent shit. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not joking. Oh, sorry. Those were old uploads. This is the recent upload. Everything. Yeah. This is the one I was looking for. Finally. Yeah. This was the one I was looking for. Oh boy. Oh shit. My bad. Let me get that up. Camera, audio.
And
Can you hear now?
I carry my Audi Farm cookie pop.
Hold on, let me do this again. All right. Can you hear now?
It's been a while.
Oh, thank God. Hold on.
Can I have? It's been a while. Can I have one?
I wonder who she's talking to.
Oh, thank you. You're hot.
Oh yeah, he's talking. She's talking to Rev because again, simp. Rev Rollies, folks.
But yeah, it's my son's birthday.
Then
Today.
why aren't you celebrating? If it's your son's birthday, then why aren't you celebrating it with your son instead of going on YouTube? You could celebrate that shit with your son. And this was today.
He turned 15 today.
Unfortunately.
So we're doing stuff with him.
But instead, you're live streaming. How cynical. How typical. Day and night.
Frequency of me and change. We are fire.
God damn, your singing is atrocious.
You look happy, so that's good. Yeah, I've been away from the internet for a while.
Clearly not for long. You were never away from the internet. Stop lying, Shanny.
Focusing on getting myself better and oh, well, thank you, Jacob. Hi, Care. Am I feeling better? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I have been. I'm feeling a lot better than I have been, actually, which is good. And Yeah, I've been focusing
I'll be right back.
on me and my family. But where was I? Yeah, I stopped watching a bunch of people because I'll be honest, I got sick of the drama every day, in and out, in and out. What happened at the last time you were on was concern, huh? Um, I was just talking about random MGTOW men. Not quite sure. Right now, he wants to just hang out with his friends, so he's doing that. So, yay, Wendy! You got twin girls who turned 16 in February. Yeah,
That's cool.
I can't believe I gave birth to him 15 years ago.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it was 3 pushes and he came out finally it took 25 hours for him to freaking crown.
Wow.
Yeah, I was supposed to have him Friday the 13th.
Right, and he would have been a Jason.
He would have been a Jason, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That's
Oh, I ended my stream and said something about yeah, that G-Man. He's been spending a lot of time with us
so
the last few days.
your son would have seriously been Jason William Gaddis.
Yes.
That's amazing. Like
He would have had your name.
he would have had my first two names. That's amazing. Wow.
What did I get him? He wanted this game, so I got him a game. Now they can go to the store when I don't want to. Yeah, we're planning on getting a junker for William and teach him how to drive.
That's the plan.
I'm scared of that.
Sorry if I'm sorry.
About it, 'cause you're not driving anymore. I'm the driver, so
Well, yeah.
I have.
You had a C-section, no contractions at all. Oh wow. No, I gave birth the old-fashioned way. He was almost 10 pounds too.
Big week.
He was a huge boy.
Why are you putting this shit out there? Nobody wants to hear that. Why are you putting your personal shit out there, Shanny? You should be celebrating your birthday with your son instead of doing a live stream. That's the fucked up part about this.
But a cute baby. He was so sweet. He just smiled all the time.
Yeah,
And he had the big blue eyes. So
we
you
know.
just stare at this cute little baby with my cute little face because he has my face.
Yeah, I got a little hungry. I was heating up some leftover spaghetti so that I could get some fuel.
Yeah, I think his school does offer driver's ed.
Yeah.
Again, why isn't your kid in school? Is your kid in school already? I still don't understand what the fuck is going on.
They do, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not going to be on here for long. I just need to put this out there.
Don't get them to cash. You'll never get your change.
This is the final upload
uh,
before her channel got yeeted.
you probably wouldn't get the change. We're gonna spend it on like makeup or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Because material wealth is more important to you than your son's happiness. Yeah, because material wealth is more important to you than getting something nice for your son who just turned 15 years old.
That's one good thing about not having girls is I don't have to worry about that stuff. Makeup and
Yeah.
all the extras girls get.
Lots of extras. Yeah. The cosmetic shit.
Yep.
Why are you putting this emphasis on this?
Oh.
My insurance.
Yeah, again, Shanny, you should be celebrating your birthday, your son's birthday, with your son instead of going on live stream. I mean, they need structure. They need their mother more than ever. Excuse me. And your fat, lazy ass is just choosing to talk to a bunch of nobodies. Well, not nobodies. A bunch of simps. And that's the thing. You'd rather talk to the trolls than be there with your son celebrating his birthday. The fact that you would rather talk to the trolls instead of spending time with your kids goes to show how little you care about your family if you cared about your kids at all.
Went up 350 more a month. Oh my
What?
god. For two of her teenagers driving.
That is so wrong.
So, Ron,
I'll be like, you better get a job so you can pay for that insurance.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Shanny, why don't you get a job to pay for your insurance? Instead of lying on a dilapidated futon in a dilapidated house with no heat, very little electricity, and no proper furniture. I mean, the house was condemned for a while. And you kicked G-Man out because he took money from you to pay for Blog Talk Radio. I mean, G-Man's an idiot who lives in the past, who hasn't developed past, I don't know how old. But yeah.
There's no way we could afford something like that.
Not right now.
Not now. Not right now.
You can't even afford to live in a proper house. You've pretty much squandered all of Rev's inheritance money on frivolous shit such as food, weed, makeup products, and worthless crap that was left behind when you vacated the Colorado apartment.
Just get him by, man.
Yeah. Scraping. Yep.
No, I'm not looking up Smokey Saint. I don't care for him. So, yeah.
Ew.
I'm not saying anything else. Don't bring drama to my channel. Don't bring drama to my channel. I really don't care about these people. I'll be honest.
I don't know who the fuck Smokey Snake is.
I just don't care. Yeah, and they didn't get a sports car or anything. It's crazy. I don't care, Vane. He will do whatever he needs. I don't care. I seem down. No, I'm not down.
You're always down.
I just, seriously, I'm just very apathetic when it comes to certain people now. That it's just like,
You got pissed off when Foodie Beauty said something that you didn't like.
I don't care how they're doing. I just don't want to deal with that bullshit.
Of course you don't. You'd rather live in complete and utter ignorance.
Do you want to deal with that bullshit? No.
Who cares?
Yeah.
My final answer on anybody that isn't you, G-Man, or the kids, honestly, is I don't care.
Same.
Yeah, Shanny hates anyone who isn't her.
I don't care at all.
Same. I'm getting to that point where it's just like I just don't care.
No, and Jesus would want us to care, but here's the thing: we got to care about ourselves first.
Yeah.
We have to take.
Shanny always cares about herself. Doesn't even consider the kid's existence. You claim you're about family morals, and yet you don't spend time with your kids.
Take care of ourselves first, and then we can focus on other people that need help. But
Yeah.
drama people, oh my god, who? Who are you talking about?
Who? Where?
Yeah,
What?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I just don't care anymore. My life has changed dramatically. My stance on how I live my life has changed dramatically.
Because of your health. Yeah.
Well, my health and my parents are no longer here, and
Things are
I'm a
different.
yeah, things are a lot different than what they used to be.
Just
So
4 years ago. Yeah.
yeah,
It's always 4 years ago. But you're still
like
the same.
everything has been changing.
Yeah.
Good morning, Pamela Pickles. Protect yourselves with boundaries for your health. Yeah, exactly.
Pamela's awesome.
Enjoy your telehealth appointment. I gotta make a bunch of appointments.
Oh,
My question is simple. What made Shanny this way? What is the attraction? And what keeps us fascinated? Actually, no, scratch that. What keeps us disgusted?
my baby.
My baby, yeah.
I want to be in good health.
Then why don't you exercise? Why don't you lose some weight?
I just feel so bad lately that it's like,
Well, you're morbidly obese. You are eating yourself into immobility, and on top of that, you have an extremely poor diet coupled with your laziness. You've accumulated a large mass big enough to fill a planet. Not to mention, your hygiene is extremely poor. You look terrible. And no amount of makeup is going to cover up all that ugliness. You haven't bathed in a long time. Your hair is greasy and unkempt. You have moles all across your face, and you can't even turn to wipe your own ass. And also, let's not forget the house, the apartment that you left behind. Don't get me started on that.
I don't feel like I have the strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the past couple of weeks you've been just completely
I'll be right back.
drained of energy. Zero energy.
You got to renew your medical cannabis prescription. Hey. I've been doing virtual appointments too because gas prices are ridiculous. Yeah, man.
Oh my god. 420 at the
I
pump.
started therapy a month ago. It's really helping.
Okay,
Awesome.
Can I say one time when 420 is a bad thing? When you see it as a price for gas.
Yeah.
Okay, $4.20 a gallon. It's a time when it's a bad number.
I need weed too.
Weedles.
Cigarettes and caffeine aggravate my fibro. The minute I cut those out, I felt better. Huh.
Really?
Oh boy.
Cigarette and coffee.
I mean,
Man,
she's
I'd
gone
be
boring,
screwed
but
if I had fibro, then. If that's, I don't think that's.
I
true.
don't think it irritates me.
No.
It's over $7 in Cali. Yeah, I've seen that.
Insane.
And you're glad you quit smoking? I'm not. I need it. I need it right now.
Talking to other people or talking about other people in the background, I hear in the background your child screaming, trying to get your attention, and you don't even pay attention to your children. You let them scream in the background trying to get your attention. You don't hear that with my kids, do you? You know why? If they want attention, I give it to them. Maybe there's some times where I'm like, shh, give me a couple minutes, but that's okay to do. You guys, on the other hand, you allow your children to scream, 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 scream while pointing your finger and saying that's the bad parent. Nah. Don't have your kids screaming in the background, needing your attention.
Oh shit, I'm
You're
muted.
too busy focusing on my life than your own fucking children.
Oh shit, I'm muted? Well, we wouldn't be focused on your life if you had put all of your personal shit out there for everyone else to see, Shanny.
You're scared? Why are you scared? Huh? You're blocked. How about that? You don't have to be scared anymore. Go to somewhere where it's not so scary.
Oh. Fuck you, Shanny. Go to hell.
Boo.
Yes, this is a premiere, by the way. And yes, people are...
Oh, wait. You weren't saying... I apologize for that. But fuck.
I'm so glad
You
that
guys can't grow up.
you're the one...
You guys can't grow up. You have to act like incessive fucking children. You're worse than children, actually.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking.
You're worse than children. You know why you're worse than children? How you act toward others? Because you know better. That's why. You know better. You know what you're doing is evil. You know you're lying about others. You know you're miscrewing.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Sorry about that.
Facts, miscuing facts for your own benefit.
Go back to high school. Learn your fucking vocabulary. This is
You know what you're doing is wrong. You know you are slandering people. You know you are defaming them.
We don't need to defame you, Shanny. You've already defamed yourself long enough. Shanny, you are a literal beggar. You're not going to say you're homeless, but you're going online and you're metaphorically singing for your supper. And then you lash out at people who don't validate your bullshit.
You know you're hurting them. Your intention is to cause harm. That's why you're worse than children. Thank you, Shannon.
And what does that make you, Shanny? What does that make you? You're going around acting all butthurt over trivial matters that could be easily avoided. You're getting into internet slap fights with people who obviously don't want anything to do with you. If you keep posting your shit out there, everybody's going to have an opinion about it. Not to mention, Shanny, you are fucking insane. And you're dangerous insane. And it's come to the point where you are going after people who obviously don't want anything to do with your bullshit. You blame everyone but yourself for all your own problems. You lie about people. You try to get the cops called on people who cover you. And not to mention, you are so self-absorbed. You don't even spend time with your kids, especially on their birthdays. Instead, you go around hating on people who obviously have done nothing but point the truth out. How does that feel to know that you are basically turning everyone against you?
They want to do evil, man.
You want to do it.
SQ and thank you.
And what does that make you?
You want to hurt others. Your intention is to cause people to be triggered. Your intention is to trigger their CPTSD or their PTSD. You know, another person.
You're starting to sound like a Drowsdia right now.
Person who gets really bullied on the internet, and they have for the last, 20 fucking years.
Christian.
That would be Kara Cunaway, or the person who used to be known as Chris Crocker. You know, leave.
I thought you were going to say Chris Chan. Chris Chan has been around the internet for almost a decade. And you don't talk about him. Then again, Chris Chan fucked his elderly mother. So again, fuck him.
Leave Britney alone. That person.
Hashtag justice
Kara.
for Britney.
You constantly are bullying that person.
No, we're not. We don't even know who the fuck that person is. Chris Crocker has gone down the route of Fred, where nobody knows who the fuck he is, or nobody knows who the fuck they are, and their videos barely get any views.
While saying you're pro-trans, you rip that person apart for finally coming out and saying I'm trans.
No, we
while
didn't.
Shaming people and saying.
And what about you? What about the guy who said that he would murder a trans person if he ever saw them? What about when G-Man said he would murder a trans person?
Saying they're transphobic when they're not. They're for trans. They're for trans rights. I'm for more trans rights.
And what about, I don't see you defending someone like Chris Chan, but then again, nobody is going to defend him now because he pretty much is a piece of shit who deserves to be locked up for the rest of his natural life. And so do you, Shanny. You deserve to be locked up for the rest of your life, too. For mistreating your kids, for verbally assaulting your spouse.
Am I on steroids tonight? No. Am I in pain? Not really.
I'm going to speed this up.
Pose us as being bad people when we finally had enough and speak out. Oh, you're causing drama. No, you're causing drama to the point where we have to finally speak out.
Why don't you have Rev go around and wear a fucking dunce cap and saying that Dragnot is a stalker? Why don't you do that?
And then you tell us to shut up, to not speak up, because you wanted to seem one-sided, that you're the good guys trying to expose people when you're actually the fucking bad guy.
Yeah, you hear that? We're bad guys. We're fucking bad guys. I get it. Also, like the stream, share this with your friends if you have to, and subscribe if you need to, because we need to get me up to 500 subs, because I want to get my community tab, and I want to put my shit out there instead of having to put it on Discord. Or actually, I could still do that on Discord. It's just I want to get more people to start joining in. So if you could share this shit around with your friends.
I don't do shit to no one.
You called the cops on Rev. Tried to get him locked up. You threatened to hit your son for talking to you. You flagged people's channels for pretty much talking about you, calling out your bullshit. You tried to call the cops on Drag. You tried reporting Geek Group. You reported Drag. You reported Miss Parker and other content creators who talk about you. You called Missy Ann a murderer. You hung out with the likes of Tragic, who is basically a felon and a kitty diddler. You tried to get Draven's channel taken down. You've pretty much tried to start rumors and your house, not to mention the apartment, the Colorado apartment looks like an episode of Hoarders. Gee, I wonder why the internet doesn't like you, Shanny.
I mind my own business.
No, you don't.
I do my own thing.
Not to mention you support disgusting degenerates like Trisha and Chantal. And I wouldn't fucking surprise me if you did support Christine Chandler.
But the comments that I see to people I care about telling Eugenia to kill herself, telling Chantel she should kill herself, telling me I should kill myself, telling truthfully Trisha that she doesn't deserve kindness, that she doesn't deserve to live a happy life. Fuck you.
I'm surprised you never defended Adrasdia, Shanny. I'm surprised you never defended Mary. Why don't you talk about Wings of Redemption? Why don't you talk about Dark Side Phil? Hell, why don't you talk about Cobes?
Everyone, including you bullies, deserve to have a happy life where people are kind to you.
What about threatening eternal? What about you? What happened to threatening people eternal? What about threatening eternal damnation on cyberbullies?
But you're going to have to start being kind to people, or this is going to continue to happen.
First of all, Shanny, you can't tell anyone. You can't tell anyone. Sorry about that. I just had to. You can't tell anyone how to act. You're the one who's living in eternal squalor. You're the one who can't even get the fuck out of bed to even acknowledge your family. You can't even let go of the past. And you do nothing to contribute to society, you fat, ugly, narcissistic cunt. Yeah, I gotta get that shit out.
You're going to continue to see people speak out. You're going to continue to people say, I'm sick of the bullying. Because
You want to see something funny, Shanny? Hold on. This is what it could lead to. Here. You want to see something who obviously thinks that this will never be done? Here, I want to show you something, Shanny. Bear with me, folks, because this is what I see whenever I look at people like you. This.
Now they're saying, well, why don't you just get off YouTube? Because I don't have anything else. YouTube was my life.
See?
And I know that's pathetic.
Shanny, this is
I
you.
don't know how to have friends. I don't know how to be loved. I don't know how to be a person.
Okay, maybe not this video.
But online here on YouTube, I used to have friends.
No, she didn't.
I used to have support. I used to have people that saw me as a human being and wanted to understand. That's not something I could ever have in real life. I've never had that in real life. My real life family has wanted me dead since I...
In case you don't know who this person is, this is Adrasdia. This is the girl I was talking about in Moonbear's chat. She's a mentally unstable, narcissistic woman who lives in a Section 8 housing in Los Angeles, California, who pretty much blames almost everyone for her misfortune. She has threatened suicide so many times, hoping to get a response from reaction channels, hoping that they would stop talking about her. And unfortunately, people did stop talking about her when she started harming herself on camera.
I was a child. My older sister tried to kill me when I was just a baby. My real life is non-existent.
This is what I
When
see.
I tell people, and I tell you I don't have any friends, and you don't believe me. You think I'm just saying that to make myself look pathetic, but I really...
Well, yeah, she doesn't have any actual friends. Half of the people that has tried to help her, she has alienated a majority of people who have tried to help her, who have tried to give her advice.
I really don't have any friends. There's not a single person that I could go and visit right now and say, I really need support. I really need to feel loved.
I tried to persuade Moonbear to cover Adrasdia for a while. Fortunately, after after the Adrastia wrote, I mean, well, started cutting after Adrastia did that stream where she was cutting her wrists. She was writing VIG in her wrists in her own blood. That's when I said, you know what, it's not worth it. But I like to show Adrastia as a lesson to people who obviously take the internet way too seriously.
There's nobody. And there never has been. So yes, your destruction of my YouTube life is destruction of my actual life because the two are the same. I can't
That's
just
sad.
go offline and make a friend. I don't know how.
This is
I have
just
never had friends.
keep in mind that this is just another one of her ploys to gain sympathy. You see, Shanny? This is how I see you now. This is how I see anyone who likes to come up with this fake story saying that YouTube is all these people are trying to destroy me and all that bullshit.
I have never had anybody in my life.
All right, I'm done with that one. So, not that one. I'm looking for this one. Here's one.
It never ends for me. That's the thing. The abusers can just walk away and find new victims and never have to think about it. But the victims that they left behind, they never get over it.
See, Shanny, this is what I see of you.
How many lives have these men destroyed and then just moved on and continue making their thousands of dollars a day, destroying somebody else's life, destroying somebody else's soul? How many people have to die before these men will be held accountable for what they do?
Hey, Trisha, if you're watching this, which I'm pretty sure you will start watching me, just know, at some point, this is who I see of you. This woman is Adrastia. She is mentally unstable. She is a sociopath who blames everybody but herself for all her own problems. Just like you, and just like Shanny, and just like Letitia.
It never ends for
Yeah. So,
So I just saw a clip from the Oscars where Will Smith punched Chris Rock in the face because Chris Rock made a joke about his wife's shaved head. Jada Pinkett Smith deals with alopecia. Apparently, she recently shaved her head.
so did you. But then again, you started dealing with alopecia when because you couldn't stop dyeing your hair.
This is normal for somebody who has alopecia.
No, it's
Not
not.
everybody understands that somebody who has alopecia.
Okay, maybe not this video because again, abusers will look directly past the truth and present a lie to hurt someone. This one's the one I was.
The situation with the birds and the rice is exactly the kind of cherry picking that these men do to emotionally hurt people. Because I made videos that day very clearly showing, I showed when I met the ducks, I showed myself cooking the rice, I showed how much it inflated after it cooked. I did the right thing. And they took the video of me feeding them and they said, well, it's dry rice. Those birds are going to die. Even though 2 videos before that was videos very clearly showing me cooking the rice.
You see, Shanny, this is how I see you. This is the type of person I see when I look at you. A person who blames everybody but herself for all her own problems. So again, you don't get to tell anybody how to make their videos.
And it does not matter that I told them the rice was cooked, the birds were not in danger. I had people coming to my comments calling me a murderer, telling me that I murdered those birds because
Yeah. We were making fun of how you said murderer. Well, people kept telling you that, well, actually, people kept,
money has such a stranglehold on America that anybody should be able to.
Now let's go back to this lying sociopath right here. You see what I'm talking about? These are the type of people that I have to look at because, again,
You know what? A lot of people are tired of the bullshit. A lot of people are tired of this cancel culture. A lot of people are sick of being excluded. Either bisexual or lesbians. When all you're doing is perpetuating emotional violence toward others. All you're doing is perpetuating hate toward others. And it's funny to you that you're doing that because you're miserable with your own life.
I could say the same about you, Shanny. I just showed clips of Adrastia to prove a point. You're all the same to me. And you'll always be the same.
You think making someone's life miserable or making someone feel bad about themselves help you in any regards? No, because you're constantly going to have this on your conscience.
To see
I'm a
how
horrible
it
person. I do horrible things to
she would
others,
spiral
and then I
out of
try to
control
point my fingers
when
and
she's
say
not,
they
once
are
the
the
attention
horrible
is not on
ones.
her.
I learned.
Like I said, there
from
are
my
plenty
mistakes.
of other crazy people out there to look at.
Empathic. Yeah, that's right, Stacy. They are. They are. And they make you miserable. They make me miserable. They make you, Gina, miserable. And for the longest time, I allowed these people to get in my psyche. And there was a time I took all this abuse and I really believed what they were saying to me. I actually believed that I was the problem. I believed that there was something wrong with me, why these people can't like me.
Well, maybe you should start believing that, because again, the reason why people are talking about you is because, again, you can't let go of the past. You can't even let go of anything. You do nothing to contribute to society. You blame everyone else for all your own mistakes, and you're pretty much an overall awful person. Every time someone talks about you, you throw a fit. It's always got to be your way and no one else's. And this has got to stop.
I had to speak up.
No, you don't.
Story of my life. They make it seem something wrong with you, but they are the problem. Exactly. How sad they feel. So powerful, harassing people with mental illness or those struggling. Yeah. They love it. They love seeing someone struggle because it makes them feel better that they don't feel like they're struggling as hard as the other person. And here's the thing. They purposely try to get people in situations to cause them to struggle or hurt even more. There's been so many times where I've had these people pretend to be my friends and say, speak out about this, speak out about this. And I do. And then with the same breath, they like, oh, look how she's talking about this person. You see that? But it was your idea. And then you shame me for your idea. How dare you?
You don't keep anything to yourself, Shanny. I gotta pull up this something I wrote in the lolcow thing because it's obvious that you are insane. You obviously are mentally unstable, and you're dangerously unstable. Here, I'm gonna pull up something. Feel free to listen to most of this because this is still
That's
on.
tricking someone. That's why I'm not saying anything to anyone anymore. I don't need to. I don't want to deal with fakes. I don't want to deal with frauds. I want people who love me, who treat me with respect.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this out here, Shanny. If you think for 1 minute, you think that going on YouTube is gonna get you the validation you need, you are fucking insane. I'm sorry to say that, but you are fucking insane to think that YouTube is gonna give you what you want. You don't do anything deserving of the praise that you wish people give you. Like I said, other people's have lives to live. They have, you know what separates this from you? Other people have lives to live. They have families. They have houses. They have jobs. They have vehicles and money in their pocket. You and Rev are unemployed, sponging off G-Man, and are surrounded by your own filth. You don't have the right to criticize other people on how they make their money because you are a bum. Shanny, you don't get to have the right to criticize how other people make their money. You are a literal bum. Nobody forced you to be a bum, but you are a lazy bum. And you live stream your life constantly, trying to deny that people know enough about you and who you really are to call you a lazy bum. You don't want to get it. You just didn't want to get a job to support your family. So we're done playing games with you. Shanny is fucking crazy. And she's dangerous crazy because her insane ass accuses people of shit that they never did. And she even gone to the point where she is pretty much going after people who obviously haven't been talking about her. It's gone to the point where people have tried to call her out. And not to mention, she's tried to get people's channels flagged for, well, speaking up about her.
Because you know what? I deserve respect.
No, you don't.
I don't hurt people. I don't go out of my way to hurt people.
You tried to call the cops on drag. You tried to have drag doxxed. You tried to have people, well, G-Man has been trying to dox Miss Parker and her husband out of revenge. But the thing is, Shanny, you don't want anything more. You try to flag people for copyright. It's gotten to the point where you have tried violating terms of services by having your channels on members only because you can use that as a way to flag reaction channels for copyright infringement or hate speech. You will continue to speak out against your detractors. You'll continue to complain about how people make money off of you, and you'll continue to exploit others you'll continue to exploit your disgusting habits on the internet for the whole world to see. It's going to prove that you're not only filthy, but you're also fucking insane. No one is ever going to take you seriously. Not that they do now. It's obvious what you want, Shanny. It's obvious what Shanny wants more than anything, she wants revenge. All this "stop bullying me" bullshit is fake. And she wants someone to aid her in her mission to harm her internet enemies. She tried to use the law to hurt people, but she's too old for that shit. No one has any personal relationships with you. You are a stranger to us, Shanny. We're strangers to you. We owe you absolutely nothing. If this continues, if you continue down this spiral of self-destruction, you do know goddamn well the law will get involved. And you and Rev will lose, and you will lose custody of your children, and you and Rev will end up being locked away for the rest of your natural lives.
No one deserves that kind of disrespect. No one. But yet you do it on a daily basis. Why are you continuing? Poke, 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 poke. Why are you pretending that you're this solid person in society while you're harming others who harm no other?
Again, like I said, Shanny, we don't have any relationship against you. Nobody is harming you. Nobody is telling you to do this. Nobody is telling you to go off yourself in Minecraft. We're just telling you to get the fuck off the internet. For your sake and for your kids' sakes. Because again, you are a fucking dangerous person. You may deny it, but you are.
I make mistakes in life, yeah, human being. And for some reason, you guys have decided to fail your human being test. You fail your test at being a good, solid, honest, truthful, and integral human being. You fail that test every day. Every day you open your mouth and pick on someone. Every day you go online and you pretend you're someone you're not. You are failing your human test.
And what does that make you, Shanny? What does that make you? You know the door swings both ways, right? You do know that we could say the same about you. I mean, come on. How many people have you pretended to be? You tried to be a Christian YouTuber, that failed. You tried to be a mukbang channel, that failed. You tried to be a vlogger, that failed. You tried to get into sex work, that failed. And you tried to be like one of those e-girls, and that failed. It's obvious that you want, Shanny, you want to be an internet celebrity. That's what you want. You're trying to pretend you're an internet celebrity. You want to relive the experience you had when fucking Shane Dawson, a known pedophile, featured you on his channel. I don't know if Shane Dawson might be a pedophile, but yeah, he is a pedophile. And the fact that you also hang out with other pedophiles too, Shanny, like Tragic. Again, I don't really think Tragic is a pedophile, even though he does have pedophilic tendencies, but who knows?
Period.
You sound
You're
like
failing who you are as a person.
And what about you, you fat lard ass?
They didn't treat you disrespectfully. You just saw that they did something that you didn't like, and you go off and hate on them permanently.
No, Shanny, what you did to people, what you've been doing to people, you've been hating on other people who have a different opinion about you. It's been that way since, I don't know, since you were a teenager. And it's hell, your deceased mother made a video which was directed towards your ex-husband that you do this all the time because it covers for your mental illness. I'm sorry if I'm raising my voice, guys. It's just Shanny brings out the worst in people. She has brought out the worst in me at times. But the thing is, Shanny, you are a literal beggar. I keep saying that. You are insane. Batshit insane. And you don't want to admit that because because I don't know, because you'll end up losing custody of your kids and you'll be placed in like a psych ward for the rest of your natural life. So you go on and lie about people. You have an extremely warped view on people and evil. Not everyone is going to start covering you. We just feature you on our shows. You're not the center of the universe. Hell, you're not even the center of my universe anymore. I stopped covering your ass when you couldn't leave anyone alone because you got boring over time.
Even though it never involved you. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, you fat cunt?
What's wrong with you? Are you just so consumed in your head that you can't look outside it and be like, wait, this person has nothing to do with me. This person doesn't even know I exist.
You involve yourself in other people's dramas all the goddamn time, Shanny. You think you're trying to virtue signal when it comes to a bunch of pieces of human garbage that should be removed off the internet. You're trying to be the moral superiority. You're trying to act like you're better than everyone else, but you're demeaning them, trying to make yourself important, trying to make yourself the victim. You don't even acknowledge what other people go through. You pretend that you know what other people are going through, but instead, you try to act like you're a saint, when in actuality, you are the exact opposite.
Most psychologists know it's not good for them. It's not mentally healthy. Those who actually care about their job and not doing it for money's sake, that is.
Shanny, I get that you're upset that people...
Time is none of my own business.
Wow.
You know, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. You're beautiful inside and out to me. I love you regardless.
You're ugly on the outside too, Shanny. You're ugly inside and out. Regardless.
If they think they are good like us, if they aren't black souls, we are good. If they compare themselves to us and think they are better, they are delusional.
All right.
That's right. Gingerbread, I love that. I love that. I'd rather be hated for who I am than to be liked for someone I am not.
Yeah, I'm tired of listening to this type of shit. These are old videos. And nothing is new. But I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to look at this. You want to see something really dangerous? Yes, I got to bring this one.
Okay, you get money that you don't even fucking get in an account.
It is coming on the 21st.
Yeah, that doesn't help at all.
That's why I asked for super chats and
$500. Whoa. It doesn't even pay for a quarter of the rent.
well, it's more than what you're doing.
You're fucking $16,000 in the hole because of this place.
Yeah, well, it's more than what you're doing. So shut the fuck up and let me make my money and stop fucking embarrassing me. How about that? How about be a little fucking professional, Jason? How about no? Oh, is this why you're doing this, to get views?
No.
You're gonna stress out your wife for views? That's so fucking sick, Jason.
That isn't what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Legitimately pissed off.
yeah. Well, get a fucking job.
You know what destroyed it for me? You literally pimping yourself out. You are pimping yourself out online.
True, she does that all the
I
time.
was asked if I could do
You're
something.
disgusting.
How am I
Did you
disgusted?
see the look on my face when I heard what you were doing? You were dead to me then. You're disgusting.
You agreed to it too.
You're disgusting. I did not agree to it.
Well, you know what? I'm trying to make money for our family.
You $120 to fucking give a blowjob. You're disgusting.
To you, a blowjob to you.
Repulsive. It's disgusting.
Whatever.
Yeah?
I need to pay my bills.
Are you going to pay your bills with $120? No, you're not.
I'm gonna pay a bill with it.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
It's disgusting. Done. Repulsive.
True. She is a repulsive piece of human white trash. I'm just... Yo. Sorry, I just need to...
Well, then get a job so I don't have to do this to myself.
I don't have any skills. And I'm fucked up in the head.
Obviously.
Yeah. No one's going to hire me. Buddy.
Then go to therapy and get on SSI.
Oh, yeah. Shouldn't you have been on disability the whole time we were together?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it?
I gotta wait for
We've
the
been
doctor's
together
appointment.
3 fucking years. And you can't get off your ass to get disability? You're full of shit.
I have the papers and I'm waiting for the doctor's
I
appointment.
made 3 fucking years ago when you got with me.
You kept telling me not to do it.
Yeah, for those of you who are still tuning in, yeah. This is the video where Shanny and Rev were arguing over the fact that they can't even afford to pay their bills because, well, they lost all that money.
We don't need it to do it. I have the money. I can take care of you.
God. I'm done.
He's done.
Well, stop saying things when you don't mean them.
We were 2 separate entities you could have gotten on disability. Because the legal paperwork wasn't there. You could take advantage of that.
Well, good. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You told me not to. I didn't have to.
Yeah, you never.
The thing about Shanny is simple. She never does anything for herself. It's always got to be someone else doing things for her. It's been that way since, I don't know, since she was a teenager, since she was a child. But Shanny has the mindset. She is mentally stuck in the mindset of a teenager. And yeah, for some reason, XX's channel, pretty good. Yeah, someone, I think Shanny flagged XX's channel because she didn't like what they said about her, or she didn't like when people cover her or repost uploads.
You're offered to go for disability to help with bills.
Yeah, go support XX because she does a lot of this shit. Hey,
I'm
Morty.
not gonna talk to you. All you're doing is just trying to say anything you can to be mean.
Yeah, give much
At
love
this
to all
point.
your fellow Mortys, folks. Give all the love to your fellow Mortys. And give all the fellow love to all you doo-doo farts out there. Show some love to my doo-doo farts.
Can't wait.
You can't wait for what? To break my heart?
Yep.
Good. Break my heart like everyone else does. It's okay. I'm used to it. I'll survive. Like
Yeah,
I've survived all the other fucking times.
No, you can't, Shanny. No, Shanny can't survive on anything. Like I said, Shanny has never done anything for herself. She's never done anything for her kids. And it's been like that since, well, even before she got with Chris. Back when she was still with Doug. Even though she's never done anything for herself for most of her adult life. From when she was living, from her first marriage, from her marriage with Chris to her recent relationship with Rev, she has never worked a single day in her life. She's never worked for anything she has gotten. Oh, actually, she did have a few jobs, but of course, like what Betty said, she didn't last more than 2 weeks. She couldn't last more than 2 weeks. Like I said, and this behavior has been prominent with her online footprint, and this translates to her online behavior where she is usually screaming and crying, hoping that someone will pay attention to her and someone will give her money for weed.
Just because you don't want a fucking job.
I can't get any job. You got that?
You have a better chance of getting a job than me. You can walk at least. You've been offered jobs with the post.
Also, yeah, the thing with Rev is that Rev has never done anything for himself. His mother, back when his mother was still alive, used to coddle him even up until adulthood. Probably scarring him for life. And from when he was still a kid to, well, now. And this translates to his online behavior where he and Shanny are arguing back and forth. Or he's arguing with a bunch of trolls. And he is usually screaming and crying. Or he's going out of his fucking mind, e-begging for money. Begging for people to give him money for cigarettes or weed. If Rev does claim to have like schizoaffective disorder, then weed is not the right medicine for you. It'll only make your symptoms even worse. And Rev has gotten extremely worse over the years, ever since he got with Shanny. At first, it started out with him being forced to quit drinking to the point where he suffered severe brain damage. Even he almost died while in Shanny's care. And not to mention, Shanny even took advantage of him physically, psychologically, and sexually. Hell, she had sex with Rev without his consent. I'm not joking. I wish I was. Rev is just about as much of a victim as the boys. And the fact that Shanny thinks that she has moral superiority against other people goes to show that she cares very, very little of what people have to say about her. Or actually, no, she cares a lot about what people have to say about her, but she cares very little about her family. She only cares about what other people say about her or how she views herself. And she'll blame anyone and everyone for why she's not happy.
Post office, even. You haven't even looked.
Post office?
Yes.
Hey, David Anthony, if
Dude,
that's really
you can make $25 an hour being a postman.
Yeah, go to hell.
This was
Why is that a go to hell?
Just go to hell.
Why is that a go to hell? It's good money. That's your problem. You don't want a job and you want me to just try.
exactly. Rev has never had a job in his life. Again, for most of his life, he has been coddled even into adulthood, even before his mother coddled him all his life up until her death. He has never worked a single job in his entire life. And he still expects people to take care of him. Or at least, even before he got with Shanny, Rev was a mess. An absolute mess. Even before he got with Shanny. So that goes to show how much worth he has.
Try to fucking support you and try to find a way how to support you.
Support me for
I'm
nothing.
trying. I'm trying to support you.
I don't want anything from you.
Okay, so yeah, Shanny did have a few jobs before she got with Rev. But she couldn't keep them due to her being, doing YouTube all the time. I remember when Betty, Shanny's deceased mother, went on a live stream, or at least she made a video addressed to her ex-husband, Chris, that when Shanny was working at like a nursing home or something, she got fired for making YouTube videos when she should be doing her job. And she also worked as like a taxi driver, but unfortunately she didn't keep that job because she got triggered when she saw a couple making out in the back of her car. I don't know if that's true or not, but neither of them can ever hold a job for more than 2 weeks. Rev can't even take care of himself. I mean, look at how Shanny destroyed him. Look at how bad Rev has fallen. He is beyond the point of repair. And I want to show something that might give you about. Yeah. These are clips. Yeah. Day and night. Hold on, I gotta show something, which was recent. Not that one. This one. All right, so I'm going to show this video. I was going to show this video the other night, but because I had to turn off my stream, I thought it'd be best to do it right here. So this was on XX's channel. Again.
And you've helped our family. Really, God, I should have heard of Hey guys, it's the Rev here. I just wanted to make a quick video. It's sort of like a public service announcement type of deal. That I was talking to G-Man today, and we've been talking a lot personally lately together. And I thought I should make this video. Basically, what I'm saying in this video is to the people that really care, okay, and you have given to either me or Shanny, and you've helped our family out. I want to thank you, number one. But number two,
Hashtag do the neck thing, Rev.
I want you to keep yourself safe. So don't announce in chat rooms that you've given. I'm also protecting your testimony in terms of God, okay?
Your pay pigs are safe. No one is targeting them. They are always welcome on my channel.
Because you shouldn't want to.
Oh my god, that was funny. I mean, can you imagine? You're right, Morty Smith. Imagine going through these two. I know.
That you did this, that, or the other thing with your with.
I mean, Shanny was the first cow that I was reviewing. So
what you had or whatever. Because Jesus said that a man that you do your alms and
you can't forget. You can't forget your first cow.
secret, and the Father rewards you openly. That's how it works. Do your alms secretly. So anyway, what I want it to be known is that we have a crew of people that like to surround us like wolves.
G-Man continues to gas these two knuckleheads up.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's another thing. They've been listening. They've been hanging out with G-Man a lot, right? They've been hanging out with G-Man, and he's pretty much putting ideas in his head. Probably because he has a hatred for atheists and wants to eradicate all atheists. Because, well, Dragnot, no, not Dragnot, Matt Dillahunty wouldn't give him the time of day to speak his mind. And because he was sucking Brett Keene's fat chode. G-Man, if you had gone with Ethan Ralph, you would have been set for life. Not really. You would be fucked up. You would be fucked over because Ralph is much more of a piece of shit than Brett. But then again, it'd be funny to see how you would fare when other people start laughing at your ass. Fuck you, Rapid Ralph.
He's doing a better job at trolling them than their actual trolls. Based.
And I'm trying to be a sheepdog here. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm barking at the wolves to get them away from.
What about Chris Chan? Nah, not really. I just read articles on him. That's just it. I just read articles on the Quickie. I thought I could get a head start on there. I mean,
our sheep, which is the flock.
This delusion of manufacturing a cult and thinking you have sincere followers fits Shanny's narcissism. His words are further evidence that their minds are not planted in reality. Jason.
Exactly. I like that. Speak on your shit.
Sees himself as a wolf, yet he's more of a sheep. Shanny has subjugated Rev into believing these false ideals. He was a weak target to begin with.
Okay, protect yourself.
Yeah, that's a thing. Rev, and I couldn't agree more on that notion. Shanny took advantage of Rev. She took advantage of Rev physically. She took advantage of him mentally. She took advantage of him emotionally and psychologically and even sexually. You have to understand, Rev was a virgin before he got with Shanny. He was basically a virgin with rage. He is what you would refer to as an old infant. He's an old infant. And Shanny's been planting these ideas in his head to gas him up so that she could use him to make stupid videos like this. And not to mention, G-Man also gasses these people up because, again, G-Man has a hatred for all atheists and wants to see them eradicated from the face of the earth. I mean, G-Man is the type of person you would watch, you would see on the front, you would watch. I mean, G-Man is the type of person you would hear about in the evening news when he does something extreme. G-Man is the type of person who should have been institutionalized pre-Reagan era.
We appreciate your donations, and they're always used, and they're always appreciated, always. Okay, every month, whatever comes in. I want you to understand to protect yourself for people that really care about us, and they don't just troll us. Some people troll us and give us money too. I'm not talking about them really. I'm talking about people that really care. Don't announce that you've given to us in donations.
Yeah, he's doing the neck thing. That's another indicator that Rev is bullshitting, is that neck twitch.
I figured out what is wrong with Jason's neck.
Openly in chats because they're going to target you.
Shanny took his weak spine.
This is how they try to cancel people, and Shanny's one of them, and me now probably too. Yeah, that is guilt by association.
Again, Shanny canceled herself. So you have no grounds to say that we canceled her. She did this to herself. For every stupid, evil, and illegal thing that she has concocted, it's all on her. All the bad shit that's been going on in her life, it's her fault.
And if you don't attack us, then you're a horrible person because you're supporting whatever they say we are for the day.
Grifters. Child abusers. Trash individuals.
Bro,
exactly. They are. I couldn't have said it better myself. They are grifters. They've been conning people out of their money so that they could buy weed. They've been doing this for almost 2.5 years. That whole crowdfunding bullshit that they've been doing back last year, before Shanny got her original channel yeeted, it's obvious that they're never going to stop grifting people. They're going to continue on grifting people, hoping that someone will give them that amount of money so that they could live comfortably. And this is, like I said earlier, Shanny wants to be an internet celebrity so fucking bad. She wants to relive being featured on Shane Dawson's channel. She wants that amount of attention like she did. She wants her own reality show.
Suggestion to you is to not put your name in chat saying I donated. And also another thing that I suggest is that when you hear me say something like you know who you are.
Interesting retcon. It has been heavily speculated that they are purchasing items from their Amazon wish list, then claiming others were. I would not be surprised if this is exactly what is happening.
Yeah, same here. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been trying to grift people into buying items for them, or trying to con people to give them money so that they can buy the shit off their Amazon wish list. I've seen this type of behavior before. But then again, I've seen Shanny and Rev do this type of shit for almost 2.5 years. I started watching Shanny in 2020 during the lockdown. And this type of shit isn't anything new, since she's been trying to be internet famous, and she thinks that she could ride off the coattails of other content creators who pretty much do a better job than she does. She is a clout chaser. She is a beggar. Shanny and Rev are literal beggars. They're begging for money. They're begging for attention. They're begging for notoriety. They're begging to be famous.
Thank you.
They're metaphorically singing for their supper. They're literally singing for their supper.
Goes to the person that obviously you know who you are that put money in the account. Okay, we're gonna handle it that way. We're gonna say thank you to that person and leave it at that. But yeah, to protect you, to be the sheepdog that I should be for the flock of the cult of Shanny as they're ever in, I have to bark at the wolves that want to dox you and tell you, come on your channel that you have nice content where you're crocheting or some really nice thing, and then they flood your channel saying you stole content and stuff. No, this is unacceptable gang stalking of Shanny's audience. So protect yourself and don't announce it in chat. And God,
Gang stalking. Yes, in case you're wondering, Rev is one of those targeted individuals. Before he got with Shanny, he was a TI. For those of you who aren't aware of what type of people these guys are, they're obviously mentally disturbed people who either are so fucking disturbed that they think that the government is out to get them, or they're doing this LARPing. They're doing this role playing where they think that they're special and that the government wants to use them as weapons. Most of these people are usually homeless or on disability or on government aid. And Rev is pretty much the latter.
God will reward you in open when you do it secretly. Jesus bless you.
That was a crock of shit. So let's take a look at something I wanted to show. This is on Drag's channel. And also subscribe to Dragnot. I mean,
it's going to be low.
Investigator, these drama investigator people getting involved in mine and Shannon's lives. So I am obligated now. Well, I'm not obligated, but I feel like I have to. Jesus Christ. Fucking cat.
This part is what I want.
Scratching, watermelon. Thank you.
Yeah, but this is before Gavin. He's a boy. He's a Kit Kats. Gavin Kit Kats. He's a boy.
I'll keep it on.
All right, thanks, Will. So here's the thing, guys. I kind of I'm not obligated because I don't feel like I'm obligated. But now, once again, this shit.
Yeah, this is a thing. This is a pattern that is repeated. It's never going to go away. Rev will continue to simp for Shanny. This is a thing that's never going to stop. Because Shanny will manipulate the situation. She'll manipulate the narrative and gas Rev up. Like I said, Shanny might as well just shove her hand up Rev's ass and talk for him. Because that's all he's good for. He's nothing more to her than a hand puppet. And that's all he'll ever be now.
Is interfering with mine and Shannon's lives. Hi, Crimson Angel. God bless you. And we are happy. We are a happy married couple with 2 awesome kids that we love, and we have a great life.
Oh, really?
When people in the internet are not interfering with our life.
Mind you, people on the internet was Shanny who called the police to interfere with your life. Nobody on the internet called the police on you to have you arrested. Your supposed loving wife did that.
Exactly, like what Drag said. Shanny pretty much wanted Rev arrested so that he could be committed into a nut house after a fight. A fucking fight over car keys. But then again, Rev was drunk at the time, so yeah. But all Rev wanted was a Baja Blast. Also, to get away from Shanny. Because he's a fucking child.
You might want to include that next time you're trying to bullshit people.
We're happy. So I'm going to describe to you exactly what happened on December 15th as best as on May 15th, because I believe that's the date. It's May 15th or 16th, something like that.
I know. Whoa, stop there, Rev. I'll tell you what happened. You guys were fucking drunk. And you were driving around with the kids in the car. And you went to go see Detective Pikachu. But you two were obviously trying to... Well, you didn't want to go see it because you're a piece of shit. You didn't want to go see a kid's movie. Shanny wanted to hold your hand. You went outside to smoke. And Shanny left her two sons in the theater alone. And when you two got home, Shanny put the boys to bed. And you two were arguing over car keys. Keep in mind, you were drunk at the time. But you wanted to get your car keys so you can go to Taco Bell and get a fucking Baja Blast. And Shanny wouldn't let you have the keys because you were drunk. So instead, she resorted to physical violence by hitting you with a whip, a fetish whip. And then you pretty much struck her. You were pretty much fighting back. In response, you hit her. And then it triggered her to call the police on you. Because, again, she is a selfish cunt. Why am I speaking to Rev? He's not going to listen to anything. So, yeah. Shanny called the cops on Rev. Rev wanted a Baja Blast, and Shanny wanted to sleep. So, the entire scenario went south when, well, Rev was pretty much trying to tell the truth from his perspective, and Shanny was trying to play the victim. It could have worked had it not been for the fact that Rev had welt marks on his arms and his legs. And that was enough to have a case. And because Colorado takes domestic abuse charges seriously, Shanny ended up being the one arrested instead.
I'm gonna explain to you what happened that day.
Now, would it be really fucked up if the guy in the video here is going to say something different than, let's say, the guy in this video here?
All he wanted was a Baja Blast.
Spoiler alert, they're the same person, if you did not realize that. So
exactly. All Rev wanted was a Baja Blast. All Rev wanted was a Baja Blast. All of this was over a fucking soft drink.
Let me play somebody that you guys can believe. Everyone here, fuck Drag Not Silver. No, not everyone fuck me. No. Actually, that was bad wording. Fuck what I have to say.
To hell with what I have to say. Let's hear it from these guys' mouths.
Disregard anything and everything that I have to say. Listen to Rev News and believe whichever version you want to, right? Because the honest and correct individual here, right, is going to be consistent in what he tells people, right? There's not going to be any inconsistencies or contradictions.
Hold on, I'm just going to skip.
Worst case scenario, trying to rope people in to her nonsense because of her lies.
Yeah, that's the thing. She does that all the time. she'll go through like a phase where she's going to pretend that she's going to believe in what trolls tell her.
Why do people keep bringing that up?
And they
making videos responding to the bullshit that they're putting out as harassment. Remember that.
I'm a white supremacist. Shannon's a racist. We're all
okay. Well, one of those is kind of true.
Yeah, one of those is. Yeah, you're right. Shanny is a racist. Well, actually, no. Scratch that. You're both. Both of those are. Well, it applies to you, Rev, too, Rev. And G-Man is basically like a real-life Uncle Ruckus. Well, actually, G-Man and D-Roy Cruz are real-life Uncle Ruckuses. Because they like the white people. Because they're racist to their own kind.
all these crazy things to these people, and now they're making like documentary videos about us. Like, it reminds me of like what's that show, like TMZ or freaking THF.
And I need to make a video in order to make her feel better.
Exactly. Shanny forces Rev to do these videos because she's trying to get people to pity her and kiss her ass and give her money for weed.
You know, people don't fucking care the consequences. Yeah, they are a bunch of losers.
Consequences will never be the same. You done goofed, Rev.
They are, Crimson Angel. You're 100%
All
right.
of you
They
losers.
are. But it's really
like, fuck, man. I do something crazy and fucked up and illegal, and there's a bad feeling that I get when I do it.
Exactly. It's like you're obviously unaware how shitty you are, Rev, but instead you want to blame everyone else for why you're living in squalor. And here's something I want to show. This is the relationship that we have to see.
Hang on, guys. My wife needs me for a second, okay?
Yeah, this is the part where I pretty much wanted to take a look at. Credits to Dragnot for this type of deal.
Oh my god. Oh.
That always happens. You notice that she cut in there real quick. She responded to that real quick. She needs his help all of a sudden.
That's been consistent. That has been a consistency with Shanny.
Yes, honey. You're not going to cut yourself. Yeah, well, you're not going now.
Uh-oh.
Okay? These assholes can't bother you. Okay?
She needs his help. She's going to cut herself. Just in case y'all did not hear that. Just in case you all did not catch that. Somebody asked.
Exactly. So this is a thing. You have to understand. Shanny's not a cutter. She's a scratcher. Adrazia, on the other hand, is a cutter. Shanny's not going to go and write Dragnot's name on her arm in her own blood. She can't. She's got too much fat. And probably her blood sugar is solely Dr. Pepper. Her blood levels are basically nothing but Dr. Pepper now.
In the chat, Rev, if all this is causing her so much pain and anguish, why don't you step in and intervene and say, look, dear, maybe this internet stuff needs to chill. Just play games. You don't need to upload anything. And as he was responding to that, hey, dear, I need your help. I think this is a good time for a suicidal ideation.
And that's another thing that most of these cows have in common, is that they will threaten self-harm for attention. I've seen it with Adrazia. I've seen it with Shanny. And I think I've probably seen it with Trisha, where they're saying that these people are making me want to kill myself. It's a common theme that these narcissists like to pull. saying that, oh, these people are trying to get me to hurt myself. And you understand why nobody's going to take them seriously? It's because they pull shit like this as a last resort. They crave attention. And when people are not going to give them the attention that they crave, they invent new drama. They invent new drama to make themselves the victims. It's a consistency with these people.
Perfect timing for it. Kind of convenient, huh?
I agree.
So now he's over there addressing. He left his mic open, so we get to hear it. So listen.
I think you should leave me for real, because this is getting too crazy.
Even he, at the time,
the police video and all this shit. This is crazy. I think you should probably get off. You know, if you want to do Instagram, what? Okay. What? Okay, you have to stop right now.
just listen.
Okay, because you're fucking going into breakdown mode because of this. Okay, I want you to just stop. All of this stuff is over with. Yes, it is. Well, you have to, no, it's because of these cunts that rebroadcast the stuff, that you fucking went on their fucking site and started seeing this stuff. You wouldn't have even known that these videos were out there if it wasn't fucking dragging on screen.
She wouldn't have even known. So at no point does she need to take responsibility for her actions. It's Dragnot's fault for restreaming Rumor Research Lab that did a FOIA request based on the lies that Shanny told.
Exactly. And we owe it all to Rumor Research Lab for doing that FOIA request. Wherever she is. Luckily, Frank used the transformative properties from that and used it for to make a fake episode of Cops.
Let me just, because Rev, I know you're upset now, and you're calling out YouTube and Google and all other bitch shit that you do. Let me tell you something, Rev. You know how all of this spawned? It was from Shanny lying. I'm telling you, as the grand conspirator, manipulator, Sith Lord that I am, the only way that any of this had came out of nothing was from her lying. I'm telling you this, point blank, Rev. The fact that she's lying constantly is why all of this happens. It's that simple. You can make every conspiracy you want to, you fucking nut. But if she were not lying, it would be really hard to do any of this now, wouldn't it?
I couldn't agree more.
You know what I mean? YouTube's too hot for you. I say you should stay
YouTube's too hot.
And do your stuff there. And go on YouTube. Make a YouTube account. Well, I don't know what you consider wrong, but whatever. I didn't want you arrested. Usually
I'm not really convinced that secondhand smoke is a real thing.
Research has shown that the best way to handle someone about to self-harm is to yell at them to stop.
Yes, very effective. Patented technique. Patented technique.
That's what Mary needs. Mary needs someone to yell at her to stop self-harm.
Oops, let me see.
You want to press charges. They didn't ask me that. They just filed them because it's domestic abuse.
I agree.
Well, that's you doing that to yourself. You can get back. I want to die. No, you don't. Well, that's you doing that to yourself, Tony. You can get that. I want to die. No, you don't. You do not want to die. You're going to have a good life. Would you stop this?
And there you have it. The fake tears. Fake tears of someone who is a literal beggar who blames everyone but herself for all her own misfortune.
You're going to have a good life now.
So, just in case you all don't know, part of my job, former job in the military, was dealing with people who were suicidal. As a part of being a combat medic, mental health is just as important, if not more important, than physical health. When you have someone and you've determined that they have suicidal ideation, you don't sit there and try to talk them out of it per se. You understand what's happening. You say, look, let me get you some help. You keep an eye on them, and there's a hotline that you can call for that, where professionals are on standby who know what the fuck they're doing. And if they have a knife in hand, they have a weapon, something that you're really thinking about hurting themselves, you can call 911.
Amen. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be done with Shanny for right now, but let's look at something, because again, as Panda pointed out, I'm never going to be done with these people. They're always going to be on my mind, regardless of how many times I say I'm done reviewing their shit. So I might as well make the best of the situation. So for those of you who are unaware of who Adrastia is, I already showed some of her videos earlier because, again, that's how I see Shanny and Trisha and Letitia. I put them all in the same basket. And to take Drag's words and apply it to this. This is from March 22nd. Almost 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Understand why money has such a stranglehold on America that anybody should be able to understand why I'm feeling this way. When you don't have anything, like, I don't even have furniture in my apartment. I have a bed. I never bothered to furnish it further.
I wonder, and this is a thing that's consistent with Adrastia, is that she keeps saying that she doesn't have furniture in her apartment because she doesn't think that she's deserving of that apartment. She thinks that she deserves to die alone in the streets of Los Angeles because people are calling her a murderer. Again, nobody says that she murdered Roberta Laws. They just said that she helped bury the body or try to hide the body. I mean, again, none of this would have happened. But the thing is, the only person that is putting this shit on her is herself. She is incriminating herself in all her lies. She has pretty much spun a web of lies over the past year, trying to get people to feel sorry for her and also give her money for weed. Nowhere has anyone told her to go kill herself. No one has told her that she doesn't deserve to live in a Section 8 apartment. Hell, well, maybe niece Lone Wolf, but again, even Adonis Paul said that no one should go after her. No one should ever tell her to go off herself. Now, Niece Lone Wolf is known to be somewhat of an A-logger. Or of an A-log. But besides that, nobody has told her to kill herself. No one. She just pulls that right out of her ass because she thinks that suicide baiting people is the only way to get them to stop talking about her. And unfortunately, she succeeded in trying to get people to stop talking about her. Hell, even AP has decided to leave her alone. Because, again, she's willing to go extremely far to get attention. And he does know, and now he realizes that what Aunt Kathy said when he had her on one of his shows, show, that this is a common theme for her. That she's been doing this ever since she was a kid. She's been pining for attention for most of her adult life. Even when she was still living with her grandmother, she has been trying to get attention, even going as far as to self-harm.
I have nothing. And people are coming and demanding money from me. How would you react as a completely sane individual with love and support of people in your lives? How do you react when somebody is demanding large amounts of money that you do not have and do not have the possibility of receiving?
I tell them to fuck off. If they're demanding money from me, I tell them to go get a job or fuck off. Well, I said demand. Demand. If they're asking for money, not begging for money like you do, but asking for money politely, I give them a few bucks. But if they're demanding money from me, like large amounts of money, like, I don't know, $1 million or $1,000, I tell them to fuck off and say that I'm not falling for that trick again. Because again, if they're saying that, it's obvious that they're fucking with you. And that's the thing with Mary, is that she'll invent a new narrative. Because one of the things that you need to understand when it comes to Adrazia is that she likes to pretend that she's going to believe in what random trolls tell her in her comments, because she is too lazy to even put in the effort to even, I don't know, do something with her life. She's never done anything for herself for in her entire life. Ever since she was a kid, it's always been someone coddling her. When she was a kid, it was her grandmother who would spoil her rotten. And she would expect that even when she was living with her grandmother for the duration of her young adult life. And we don't know for sure whether or not she did murder her grandmother. It's up in the air. It's a speculation. But some people question her or use that against her to pretty much call her a murderer, which, again, is really not cool. I mean, it's not that cool to throw that accusation around. But who knows what she's done?
People have killed themselves over debt. People have been killed over debts. And I don't have any. I do what I can to not live in debt. Like, I don't take out credits.
Adrasia, a lot of people have told you to get a job. A lot of people have done that, but again, you say that you are not mentally able to get a job. I'm beginning to believe that too. I believe that you might not be able to hold down a job for more than 2 weeks.
And it doesn't matter. Because other people make money off of me hurting. And they're not making as much money because I'm not hurting as much. And so since they're not making as much anymore off of what they're doing to me, they're coming to me and demanding the money from me.
Again, she made this whole situation up for sympathy. Like I said, nobody's demanding money from her. It's all in her head.
And I have no way of paying it. But I know that they're earning money by hurting me. Which is why I hurt myself for them, so that they could sell that and get the money that they believe I owe them.
Adrasia needs to understand is that one aspect of this is that, again, when she did hurt herself, when she wrote VIG in her arm, that's when she crossed the line. Because AP and other content creators like myself draw the line at showing videos depicting self-harm. Hell, I even draw the line at showing videos depicting of someone hurting themselves on camera. And she should have been deplatformed. And Adrasia should have been deplatformed. She should have had her channel nuked solely on that live stream where she was writing her name in Virgie's. She was writing Virgie's name in her blood on her arm with a razor.
So that they would stop demanding it from me. Because I don't have any money. And I will never have any money. There is no possibility that I will ever have the amount of money that they are demanding that I pay them. Just to make up for the lack of their viewers paying them. It's not my fault that their viewers aren't paying them as much anymore, but it's when you're in the position I am, everything is your fault. The abuser makes.
And there's a similarity. There are differences between what Shanny does, what Leticia does, what Trisha does, and what Adrasia does. While Shanny, Leticia, and Trisha project their frustrations onto other people, Adrasia pretty much projects her insecurities onto herself. Inward.
Makes everything your fault. It is my fault that their viewers aren't paying them as much. That's why they wake me up now demanding this money. That I can't get, and I can't control whether their viewers pay them. This is what having channels like those on YouTube leads to. Channels like Adonis Paul and Virgie and Hatman, they profit heavily off of hurting people. They profit heavily off of people like me having mental breakdowns. And so if the people aren't currently having them, they have to create the mental breakdown so that they can continue making the money that they need for their lives. I had plans to go to my doctor and get my medication today, but Virgie G and Adonis Paul didn't make enough money off of me over the weekend. So I was woke up with people demanding that I pay my abusers the money that they lost out on from me not earning enough last weekend.
Again, Mary, she kind of makes this shit up just so that people will feel sorry for her. She doesn't seem to understand is that what she's doing is pretty much a danger to herself. She's pretty much a danger to herself than she is to others.
And as long as they're allowed to profit on YouTube or on any platform by doing this, they are going to continue victimizing people, demanding money from people who have nothing, using their pain to garner money for themselves.
Now you understand why I do what I had to do. What I had to do is because every time she makes up these stories about how people are demanding money from her, she pretty much amps it up by threatening self-harm on a daily basis. It's become this. Now you understand why I wanted to take a break from her, why I decided to stop making streams solely dedicated to her. Because she's never going to change. She's never going to admit that what she did was wrong. She's going to continue playing the victim. She's going to continue blaming everyone else for why she feels these feelings. And she's going to continue to threaten self-harm so that she could save other people from being victims of their plight.
Pushing and pressing and demanding until the people just break completely. And YouTube is encouraging it by allowing these platforms, by allowing these channels to remain on the platform. They are encouraging the type of behavior that happened today, where they just come and start demanding money from their victim until their victim breaks down, and then they pretend that they don't understand why I broke down, but everybody understands money. Everybody understands the pressing. When people are coming and pressing and demanding money from you, everybody understands how that could emotionally unnerve people. That's a universal thing. You get in somebody's face demanding money that they don't have, and they're going to have a reaction. If YouTube would stop allowing them to profit so heavily off of this type of behavior, it would stop. They wouldn't do it if they weren't profiting off of it. They would release their victims if their victims became unprofitable, and if YouTube deplatformed them, their victims would become unprofitable no matter how many they had. I am begging YouTube to pay attention. They profit off of my pain, and if they don't make enough, they demand I pay them. And I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, so it goes to show how desperate people are willing to go just to make themselves the victims. And
Okay. I want to make everybody aware of what's going on because some people are new and might not know. I am currently unmedicated.
we know that part.
I am schizophrenic, bipolar, and I have CPTSD. And I was medicated up until last week because there are some predatory channels here on YouTube.
No, so we're
And
predatory.
last year, these predatory channels started attacking me and fixating on me and harassing me. And they found out the name of my therapist because I accidentally leaked it. They're going to come and say, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. Yeah, I leaked the name. It's my fault. Everything is always my fault. The schizophrenic, it's my fault.
Well, it is.
So they contacted my therapist.
And she wasn't really a therapist. She was an
physically
intern.
contacted her. They called her. They emailed her. They contacted the clinic that I went to, my doctor. They contacted, before that even, they had found out where I lived, and they contacted my landlord, and they were trying to have me kicked out of a Section 8 that I had just received. Because they contacted my therapist, and I don't know what they said to my therapist. I have no way of knowing that exactly, but I know what they told me they said to her. And since I have no other way of knowing, I believe what I was told. And I was told that they were threatening her license, her job, her family, and her life if she did not do what they said and put me in a mental hospital. Because the predatory groups here on YouTube had watched my videos and did not believe that I have the mental health conditions I was diagnosed and medicated for. They were angry that their tax dollars were paying for me to have a home, were paying for me to have medication they didn't believe I deserved. They didn't believe I deserved the home. They wanted me to be homeless. They didn't believe I deserved the medication. They didn't believe I deserved the therapist. They don't believe that my problems are real, no matter how many doctors and in treatment facilities I've been to.
Yeah, that's another thing. And once again,
No, I don't expect anybody to help me. I'm not waiting for a PayPal. I'm not waiting for help. I'm not waiting for anybody to care. I know nobody does. I'm documenting my slow and agonizing death so that afterwards the men that caused it can be held accountable. That's all I'm doing it. I'm not doing it so that somebody will send me money. I asked one time for $5 so that I could get some weed to feel better today, and I was denied. So I'm not asking for help with that. I am literally just documenting that every second of the day I am in emotional turmoil. I am crying. I am freaking out. I am in constant stress and anxiety and wanting to hurt myself because of these men who have come into my life and destroyed everything. And they'll say, well, these men are in your head. No, they are not. Man, Adonis Paul, Verge G, Daywave Radio. These are all men who have come into my life in the past 15 months and decimated it. They decided that I'm a scam artist. They decided that I'm a murderer.
okay, nobody decides that you were a murderer. Nobody said you were a murderer, Adrasia. They just make fun of the fact that they just made fun of how you say murderer. That's all there is to it. They just found information that you were an accessory to a murder. You weren't really a murderer.
Decided that I don't have any mental health problems. So if I don't have any problems, why would I go back on the medication? If there's nothing wrong with me and I'm just making it all up for attention, why would I go back on the medication?
Every time she says these men, you can tell off the bat that she's pretty much dog whistling feminists. Same thing with Shanny. She keeps saying that these women are being abused by content creators. It's obvious she's trying to Shanny was also trying to dog whistle feminist movements.
These men are all licensed professional doctors. They can tell. They know mental health illness. They've been studying me for 1.5 years, and they have decided that my mental health conditions are not real. So why would I ever bother going back on the medications for the mental health conditions that you have already decided do not really exist? And I'm just making it all up, that I don't really deserve any help because I'm just making it all up. I'm not trying to get help. I'm documenting my slow decline into death so that it can save other women from the predatory abusers who pushed me to the limit that I have gotten to, where I no longer even see medication as an option to better my life.
That's the thing. And I think that's going to do it for now. Again, hopefully we'll get some more people looking in on this shit. But again, I want to thank you guys for sticking around, for those of you who are still tuning in. Yeah, so once again, Shanny got yeeted off YouTube. Mary's still on here. Rev's channel's private, and Lord knows what G-Man is doing. Hopefully the cops will end up getting involved, and G-Man will go to physical jail. And then his wet dreams will come true. But again, that's going to do it for tonight. I mean, I know I got to go on, check out some other people's live streams so that, give them the views. But I'll be back maybe tomorrow night. Hopefully, I'll be doing a live stream covering some other more unknown cows, because we're doing the Zilla show tomorrow night. And hopefully, we might do it early. We might do it early tomorrow, depending on my mood. But we'll figure it out what's going to go on. Anyway, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. That being said, I am Rickzilla, and I shall see you guys in the near future. Peace out, folks. Oh, don't forget, if you like this shit, hit the like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. The goal, I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers before the summer, and any amount will help. That's all I have to say. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. I'm Rickzilla, and I shall see you guys in the near future. Peace out, folks.